SP Shady gonna be first up, dropping down. I like the Panda Shadow Priest, by the way. I like that combo. I don't know what it is. I think it's that fact that you have that little racial thing. You got yourself a bunch of resources too with Panda, and it's just, I think it just ends up kind of working out. Big fear onto Senna, who might be under a bit of trouble actually. Big Mind Flay Sanity. Are you playing the Archon? Or are you the Void Rift one? Mind Games to follow. Does get himself the big reflect damage onto Senna. Trying to see if he can keep himself alive here just a bit. Got himself a bit of those damages, man. Whenever you can get those sanities going behind the pillar, those can actually be really good for putting pressure on the opposing team. With Senna going in for a bit of that healing. Trying to see if he can figure out a way to either approach SP Shady. Got some cooldowns rolling in with a stun. Able to lock him down for a good bit here. Shady does not take that much damage. Searing Glare does connect though, so he's going to have to play it very defensively, heading over towards a pillar. But actually, I wonder if he wants to sit near a pillar or keep Senna out in the open though. Void Torrent, he's playing the Rift build, got himself plenty of mobility. If you can dump a bunch of DPs on top of it, does get up maybe one or two. It should be able to get quite a bit of damage in. Senna's just taking constant hits, needs to go for self-heal. Big hit. Oh, you gotta love the Rift damage, man. It goes behind the pillar with you and it just blows up on you. It's really hard to escape it. Even though sometimes like you think you escaped the Rift, I feel like they gave it so much leeway though. Insanity instantly trying to see if you can slow down Senna. It is actually quite good as it goes for Mind Game. Senna with a stun. SP Shady should not have to worry about damage too much. It's going to do a bit, but it's going to also heal a little bit too. And Senna cannot really go for self-heals, trying to go behind the pillar, but seeing Shady super low, does go for his burst. This is where the Bally's trying to see if he can stay in. Quick Fear connects, and if you can keep him away from any pillars, he'll be golden spot right now. Sanity with Mind Blast right after Shield of Vengeance is up. Should be able to hopefully break through it with the Shadow Priest. No, hold on. With Void Rift, you should be able to eat away shields, right? If you count it correctly. Got yourself Void Torrent. The blind is unfortunate, but he is going to actually take that Rift behind him. Does not want it to ramp up. It is going to do quite a bit of damage, though. Hold on, Senna takes a lot of damage there. Bubble out. And that's Shady just needs to live right now. Just needs to live. Senna does go for the full wings. Are you just trying to commit damage? Are you the hammer build? It's got to be a hammer build, right? It's got to be a hammer build, because I don't see Herald of the Sun, Dawn Lights, or anything. Mind Games to follow. Got himself a bit of damage. Sanity behind the pillar. Senna might be under a lot of pressure. Trying to go for as much healing as possible. That Mind Game is not helping that fact at all. It might actually be down for the count here. Senna needs to find a way out of here. Searing Glare around the corner. Perfect. Does connect. Not a lot of health available though. Still rotted and dotted. Got himself wings. Oh no. The hammer does go through. Wait. Whoa. The Pally and the Major running in. Oh. Okay. Chrono backed up out of there. Corona backed up out of there. I guess it was a little confusion, but Mister does charge in. Hopefully for Shady, this does at least not put him in the worst spot possible. Big Ray of Frost on the Shatter does not feel good. Does get a stun onto Mister, who's got himself lots of casts back to back. And Shady kind of locked out of what he can do right now. Might be in a bad spot. Does he have a fear? Does he have anything at all? Fade for a moment. Got himself the Aegis. There goes the Disperse. That is what he needed. Mister tried to see if he just add the Disperse Poly right after. But he's going to be able to escape it with a Void Rift. Okay, we're going to allow the shifts. I don't know how the chat will decide whether the shift should be allowed or not, but I'll let it happen. I'll allow it. I can't control whether they use it or don't use it. Especially was the challenge to it. Big stun. Shady does not have a fate for this one. It's going to be big shatters. But it might be okay, actually. Faded last second. Mister still taking lots of damage, though, too. Shady does go for the silence. Mister locked out for a moment. Big DP's down back-to-back for Shady. Stun does force a blink out of the Major. At least as long as he's not completely dead, he might be okay. Knocked back onto the Priest for a moment. Does get himself big channels. As long as he can remove the shields from Mister, he's going to take the full damage. Trying to go for big shatters. Meteor's not going to feel good. Did you fade the Meteor? I think he might have big Void Torrent. This is going to be enough though. Ray of Frost, does he just channel? He just channel it just to see if it can end it with a block last minute. Holy. And Conan at least giving the man a chance to recover here. Mister does pick up a little bit of healing at 80% dampening. Big stun right after you blink it with a little bit of that poly. He's trying to set up a poly, possibly. Does get himself a poly. Maybe with an altar, or is that just a random proc? Might be just a random proc at the very least. With Mister trying to Mister Gun. Mister Gun, that's the name. I'm still calling him Mister. Just to make it easier on me, dude. It's a name that's gonna stick with me at this point. It's just trying to get himself a bit of that healing fear out of Conan with a Nova immediately. Or as I was thinking, just a random root proc off of that shield, right? That's still a thing, yeah. Breath to follow. Conan doesn't reflect, but it doesn't get reflected on the poly. Stun, this one for Mystic could be a huge go. Big meteor down. Conan does it to break it out with the human racial. Still it's a meteor. Still it's about his shatter bonuses here. And Mystic got full cooldowns available. Big procs to follow. Conan, every time he closes the gap, he does a ton of damage. Does go for a stun to Mystic, who does have Alter in order to reposition. Still a bunch of shatters. Nothing he can do about it. Does pick up a little bit of healing. Blaze for a short moment. Try to go for a kick. Does not connect. Stun is going to make him immune because of the precog proc into a knock into Conan. Frostbomb to follow. Do you have a flurry? Meteor down. I think it might be down for the count. Got himself shifting power with more lances and doesn't have taken it. Well done with Codarina as an affliction. Gonna be up next. Actually, we got 2 halves on each team, huh? Madara and Coda. Mista recovering down, sitting down for mana buns. Coda is on the fast approach though. Breath on the reflect, which is perfect. Does go for an interrupt into a trinket, into an interrupt. Is trying to see if he can layer down dots. Mista does have a block. Maybe looking at a block here really early potentially. Does have Alter as well as an Invis. Could use that Invis in order to give you some defense. Bunch of shatters, bunch of procs for either Mage as well as the Warlock. Coda does go for a big shield. Trying to get some dots. Big layer. I think it's going to be a block here for Mista. With full dots in, he has to block it. For Coda, that is Wall and Dark Pact. So that's his big defenses now. Standing next to Mista, ready to go, I think, with the Mortal Coil. Fear, stun, does get a Mortal Coil, but it's trading on the stun. That is not great for either one of them. But for Mista, at the very least, he does get himself some kind of a setup. Maybe. And Coda cannot escape the flurries and the full meteor with Common Storms coming down. Reflect doesn't really do anything against all that AoE damage. As long as he doesn't get obstructed on Shadow, he'll be okay. Mista got a lot of instant cast. Does not go for a kick on that Hondo. Still big bolts either way, though. Does get him some Ultra. And that's going to be more procs. Rare Frost. Is it enough, though? Just channeling. Full meteor down. Oh, hold on. Codarina lives. Oh, but Crota is not going to let him out of there at all. Quick shadow, quick beam. I think majority of that, whatever burn damage you still had with a Frostfire Bolt and maybe a Meteor, maybe that also helped out a little too. Well done for both of them, man. Well done. Wait, is this WAP on Ping? Boing? Is that what it is? Full wall. That's just going to be Crota going in for a deep breath. Does not connect with the warrior at all though. Parry was used for the massive burst out of Chrono though. That is a full mastery buff, so I guess it makes sense that you would want to parry it. Fear, he just tried to escape this damage from the evoker. Once he get caught in the beam though, as long as he has himself a little survivability, does pop and reflect. Does not get to reflect the beam, but I think he does get to dampen quite a bit of the damage though. And as long as he can control Chrono, he might be okay. He just got to find stops for any of the blue spells mostly. Red is fine. Red is going to do a bit of damage, but it's like not the worst. Blue, interrupt on blue, you can collect points from that. Does get himself some charges, cannot get interrupted, has a wall, needs to find a way to create some gap from the warrior, but as soon as he's next to you, it doesn't matter even if you have a wall. The warrior is just going to start slashing you apart. There's just nothing you can really do about it. Madara going to be last one left over for the team too. Rotting down Boing immediately as he's taking the succubus back behind the pillar with him. Maybe he could build up some resources off of that thing. Maybe, possibly, but that's really about all he could do, I think, at the moment, yeah? Pretty sure. As Madara trying to get himself a better angle. I don't know if, actually, I guess I was going to say, like, shouldn't the warrior be under a lot of pressure if it's just, like, affliction dots rotting him? But I guess he doesn't have UA, he doesn't have any of those other dots, man. I tried Shadow Priest out, I got overwhelmed by a number of buttons. Yeah, Shadow Priest definitely has quite a few buttons. They try to fix them to make him a little bit less overwhelming. But I think this is probably the most approachable version of Shadow Priest. I won't say it's the best version, but it is one of the more approachable versions of Priest. I guess the hero towns do make it a little bit more complex, don't they? No, I think if you play, like, it depends if you PvP or PvE, right? Archon PvE is pretty... Yeah, it's still heavy. I feel like it's a priority of abilities. It's kind of just bogged down on itself in a way. Big burst out for Boy. Oh, wait a second. You're blinking and you miss it. This dude just got a quick kick on a moderate full burst and just crushed him. Didn't give him a moment to play the video game. That was something. Wild. That's what it was. Wild. Let's get us another one going. King as well as Chrono. Let me know when you guys are ready, boys.